morning, Earth people!
This is what I pay that damn college $2,000 a year for.
There's people with longer hair than me.
Look at the coat. Looks like he just got off the boat at Ellis Island.
What?
He kills himself down at that store 6 days a week, plus Friday till 9, with that psoriasis. And this is what you do?
When you're showing it to people that you've worked with on The Sopranos, like you have Stephen Van Zandt doing the being musical supervisor on the movie, or James Gandolfini, what did they say when you showed them the script? Did they ever say, this is it, or did they say you should go more into the crime genre?
Everybody I knew said I should go into the crime genre. I wanted to do a psychological thriller, and everybody, Stephen especially, said, don't do this. I just couldn't get it out of my head, and so I kept, you know, I think part of it was the idea that it's called Not Fade Away, and I think part of it was the reason I had to do it then was that Keith Richards had fallen out of that coconut tree, you know?
Uh-huh.
And I began to realize that those kids who made that music, a lot of them were already gone. They already had faded away. And they're going to keep fading away. I wanted to make this movie about that the people may go, but that the music won't.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought about calling the movie, Don't Worry, We'll Be Gone Soon. We'll be out of here.
And yet someone persuaded you not to do that.
Yeah.
You've been directed by Tim Burton in Dark Shadows and by David Chase in this. Are they exactly alike? Tell us the difference.
They've both got a sense of humor. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like with David, I always felt like I had a safety net on set in terms of my performance. I felt like he was always watching out for that, as well as all the details. And with Tim's production, you know, it was a lot bigger and I wasn't quite as sure. I mean, I knew that he always had an eye for the visual. You know, and I'm sure he had obviously an eye for the performance as well, but I never felt quite as safe there. That was the major difference that I perceived.
When you say safe, when she's talking about feeling that, is that a sense of you can try anything, and if it just gets screwed up in some way?
Yeah, if it's terrible, you know that David will, you know, recognise that and know how to set you on the right path. Like that time is on your sideline. I just was like floundering around, and he just knew what to say, took me aside and knew what to say to make things make sense. And that's such a, like, it's just so comforting to know that you've got someone at the helm who can do that.
But as opposed to you talking to Bella and directing her in this movie, when you work with somebody like James Gandolfini, who you've worked with so long, does he give you a harder time on the set of Not Fade Away than these guys would do?
He only questioned me a couple of times, and one was about a hat that he had to wear. He didn't want to wear the hat.
Who won?
Well, we didn't wear that hat. We compromised on the hat.
It's a different hat.
It really did look ridiculous. And but I had another hat waiting in the wings. But no, he was, toward the end of Sopranos, we weren't talking a lot, you know. He was doing Tony and I was doing what I was doing. So we had kind of drifted. We didn't have that many one-on-one conversations at the last season or so. And we didn't really communicate between then and now. And it was really good to get back for me, it was good to get back together again and even kind of just be back there working together again was great. He, if you're a director, and by the way, one thing before we say anything else, I didn't have to do a lot of directing. I really didn't. She says I was always there as a safety net, but I never thought she was having any kind of doubt or rough moment, and I never saw anything but truth, honestly. But with him, it was just great to be back there again, having those same feelings.
I bet.
Yeah, and I'd love to do it again.
So what was your last moment with David on the set of Not Fade Away? What was that goodbye moment?
My brain is just fried. Was it the amusement park?
No.
Look at
I
this.
remember.
You
I remember it
far
exactly. It is etched in my memory. She forgot to say goodbye to me,
What?
and then she came running back to say goodbye.
That's such a sweet. You forgot.
She was off. She got to go to Dark Shadows.
Oh my
It
gosh.
was. We were rushing and rushing and rushing, and we had a hard day that day.
Oh, because we came back. We came back and did some in LA. Like a few months later, we had to wait for summer. And I had to catch a plane. I'm going to start crying.
Well, this happened
See,
twice
but
with the
that's
catching the
nice
plane.
that was it. And he came back.
And she
and
forgot.
said
And then
that.
she came running back, and we hugged goodbye. I'll never forget it.
Now, Steve, that's what I call a sweet story. You know, and
Who says show
has the
business
heart.
has no heart? You know.
Many people. We're just not going to go along with that. Well, this show always ends in song.
In song?
Yeah, well, I work at Rolling Stone, so
Makes
it's
sense.
it makes sense. And the last
So
time
you
I saw
sing?
David, I sing. No, I asked him to, and he actually told me what, he's forgetting this now, but
It is etched in my memory.
it's etched in your memory just
Yeah.
like this No Goodbye, but that he sang in his basement where the band never came out, the Righteous Brothers. I kept thinking it had been Rolling Stones or something else that we see in the movie, but it was the Righteous Brothers that he did that. And it moved
That
me.
was my audition piece. Yeah.
That was the audition piece. So can you do a little bit of
I'm
that?
not going to do that. Again.
Oh, come
I
on.
did it for you once.
But
No,
I wasn't on camera.
Oh, exactly.
No.
Now you're
Can you
talking.
do the Righteous Brothers?
I'm going to play dumb here.
Yeah.
Even though you didn't sing.
That's pretty good.
Thank you both.
Thank you very
so
much.
And
Thanks.
best of luck with the movie.
Thank you.
Thank
Bringing it
you.
out there. Yeah, we did it. No, he did it brilliantly. He
Oh
did.
my gosh.
You've lost that love and feeling.
I didn't
And
do it. I mean, I faked that baritone thing.
It was good.